Hello, I'm going to try to fit one last video in before the year ends. We'll see if I can do it. Before we actually get into the talking part of the video, I would like to bring up the drawing in the background. It's actually from October of last year. I was thinking of doing another time-lapse video, but to be honest with you guys, I don't really care for watching sped-up time-lapses. I really enjoy watching real-time drawing sessions. But I didn't have any recorded, except for back in October of 2023, I had filmed myself drawing with some Procreate brushes that I made. They were created to look like Ibis Paint brushes because I thought that I was going to switch from Ibis Paint to Procreate, but I still really liked the brushes. But I ultimately discovered that I did not like Procreate very much, so I'm still mostly using Ibis Paint. But if you are interested in the brushes, they are in my Ko-fi shop. I don't know if that's how it's pronounced, but they're on my Ko-fi page. They're free to download, so yeah, I'll put a link down below. So, today I'm going to be just reflecting on my past year. To be honest with you guys, I do not like New Year's or end of year stuff because it forces me to reflect on all the things I didn't achieve in the past year. But I have to talk about this. I have to get this off my chest. So yeah, I'm just going to be reflecting on the past year, and then I'm going to talk about my goals for next year. I'm trying to keep this unscripted because I want to see if I can be able to convey what I want to convey without a clear script to follow. I do have notes of what I want to talk about, but I don't have word for word what I'm going to say yet. So let's hope it turns out okay. So yeah, I did not complete my resolution that I set for this year. For a little bit of background, I thought that I wanted to be a graphic novelist because it combines my two favorite things, which is art and storytelling. But I figured, okay, graphic novelist, that's a lot of work. If you work on a graphic novel all on your own without anyone else doing it with you, then you're in charge of the writing, the character design, the set design, the artwork. You have to do everything. So I thought, okay, I need to make sure that I'm actually cut out for this before I decide for sure if this is what I want to do. So my resolution this year was every 2 months I had to complete 3 character designs with 3 different outfits per character, so 9 character illustrations total, and then I had to do 3 character interactions, which could be a single illustration, or it could be a comic, or an animatic. It could be sequential or just a single illustration. But then I also had to do 1 environment, which is honestly not a whole lot for every 2 months, but I really hate doing environments. So I was trying to avoid it. And then the last thing was a short summary of one of the story concepts I'm working on, because I have a lot of works in progresses. So another thing about me is I get really anxious at the idea of people I know in real life seeing my OCs. So to make things easier on myself for this resolution, I told myself, okay, I don't have to post these things to my art account. I can just show them to a small group of some art buddies, and that'll be that. So that's what I did, except I didn't complete the resolution. I was able to finish the 9 character illustrations by early February, but then I sort of fell off and only got 2 character interactions done by, I think it was April. So I was falling behind, and then by that point I had just kind of trailed off and wasn't able to complete them. There were a few character illustrations here and there that I was able to complete throughout the year, but nowhere near my goal. I did not complete my goal. I was so far behind, which I thought I was a huge failure for not completing it. But then as I was writing out my notes for what I wanted to say for this video, I realized in hindsight, I would have had to complete 54 full color character illustrations this year if I were doing this every 2 months, which is, I did the math, that's approximately 1 character drawing each week, which doesn't seem like a whole lot until you consider that I'm not just drawing these characters, I'm also designing them. And then I would have also had to complete 18 character interactions total, which doesn't seem like a whole lot, except a lot of them probably would have ended up being comics or animatics because it is kind of hard to portray characters' relationships to one another through just single illustrations. It really depends on the characters, I guess, but yeah, it would have been a lot. And then I would have also had to complete 6 environments, which does not seem like a lot at all, but I am very new to environment design, and honestly, it takes me ages to draw an environment, so that would have taken me forever. And then I would have also had to share 6 story summaries with some of my art buddies, which honestly, that one's not bad. I have a lot of ideas that I could easily share with them, but I don't think I have. I think I only shared 3. Although one of them was kind of like, I'm withholding information about that story, so I guess it's not a whole lot. So like, yeah, that would have been a lot to complete, so it makes sense that I didn't complete it. I mean, it still would have been achievable for me because I do only work part-time, so I could have achieved it if it weren't for the fact that I actually had 2 resolutions. My other resolution involves completing 1 art course each month. So I have a Schoolism subscription that I am paying for myself, and I wanted to make it worth it to me. I wanted to get as much out of my money as possible. So I was trying to, get 1 course done each month because I felt like that was reasonable. And yeah, I mean, kind of is reasonable, but I have so far been doing pretty good with sticking to this resolution, except for one of the more recent courses that I am taking is taking me so long to finish. It requires completing an 8-page comic, and oh my gosh, I am so slow. So far I've completed 10 Schoolism courses. Once I complete the comic, it'll be 11, so hopefully I can squeeze one last course in before December ends, but we will see. I have no idea if I will complete that goal or not. Looking back on 2024, I've done a lot better this year than I have previous years since 2020, but I'm still nowhere where I want to be. My focus is improving, but it's still terrible. Okay, on the weekdays that I am not working, I try to complete 6 hours of creative work. But switching tasks takes me so long that it usually ends up taking me the whole day to get those 6 hours in, and then I don't have time for any leisurely stuff. So I'm hoping this year I get a little bit better at actually getting work done efficiently so that I have time to enjoy watching some TV shows and stuff. There are so many series that I want to watch that I just haven't had time for. Plus, chores also eat into my free time. I'm in charge of pretty much all of the chores in the house because I'm the only person in my household who works part-time, so I'm the only one who really has time to do them. But yeah, thinking about the goals that I have and haven't been able to accomplish this year, I honestly think I need to put the whole graphic novelist thing on hold. I would like to make comics, but I don't think I want to do it professionally anymore. I want to make comics because I want to, and not because I'm financially reliant on it. If I feel like I have to do it, I'm worried that I'll start to hate it. For now, I think I'm going to try to find other ways to make money off my art. And looking ahead to next year, I think my goals for next year are I want to try to enjoy art more next year, because to be honest, this year it's felt like a terrible chore. To be honest, that's true about pretty much everything in my life right now. Everything feels like a chore. I feel like I'm forcing myself to do things instead of just doing them because I want to. So I want to try to find enjoyment and joy in creating again. And I also want to be kinder to myself when I fall short. I've been really hard on myself this year. I think I need to just chill out a little bit. I would also like to focus more on creative work this year because I spent so much time focusing on the technical side of arts that I feel like I've lost my ability to create imaginatively rather than focusing on, okay, is this accurate? Does this look good? Is this precise? I want to have more fun with my art. I've found that whenever I'm not working on studies and whenever I have to create something for myself, it just takes me so long because I struggle so hard with the creative aspect now, and that used to come so natural to me, and now it doesn't, and that's not fun. So I'm going to try to fix that this year. That also means I'm going to try to dial Schoolism back to finishing 1 course every 2 months instead of every month, so that I have more time to actually work on creative art. And maybe that will preserve my creative energy a little bit because, oh my gosh, I feel so exhausted right now. I feel like I don't really have energy to create things anymore. And then my final goal for this coming year, is to release a YouTube video each month. So this year, 2024, I spent 2 hours a day on Schoolism and then like 4 hours for other things. I think this coming year I'm going to make YouTube be my 2 hours a day sort of habit, and then other things will fall into that 4-hour category. But yeah, I definitely want to stick with the 6 hours of work a day because I feel like I need to be actively working on something. Otherwise, I feel like I am wasting my time. But yeah, I think I've said everything I want to say. I guess I'll see you in 2025. Oh my word, 2025 already? Are you serious? I wish I hadn't said that out loud. I don't like that.